Hello, welcome to Rock's Life. My name is Francis. We do stuff here. So today is part of the Darksouls walkthrough, but this one is even more exciting than the other, like, 9. No, really. It's way more exciting. I promise. Just wait till we get there. You're gonna be like, whoa, that was exciting. We fight a Hydra, I break an Xbox controller. It's just fun all around. Some free licensed music here and there. It's really fantastic, guys. So, I just talked to Alvar for no particular reason. Oh, no, I upgraded my halberd to raw, I think. Or did I do that last part? Obviously, I'm very paying attention. So, we're gonna head into Darkroot. Darkroot. I was kind of hoping the name would pop up, you know, when I went into it, so I could be like Darkroot. It'd pop up and I'd be like something, but I don't. Darkroot Garden, there we go. So kids, now we're going to turn right. Instead of going into the area that we went the other 20,000 times, we're going to go into this cheeky little canyon. Watch out for shrub people. They will get you from behind. So we're going to run carefully along this edge. I'm Darnell. And just try not to fall off. And there's an item we're going to get in a few seconds. Also, Twinkling Titanite Beetle. There's one right here. You can see him glowing. Kind of looks like an item from there, but no, that's a beetle. So get ready to jump them, because if you don't kill them quickly enough, then they disappear. So, recharge! I just smacked it. And I got some goodies from it. So, that was exciting. I'm going to head around here. Roll for style. Oh yeah, by the way, we're going to the Hydra right now. We're heading in the direction of the Hydra. There's very noisy cars outside. That's kind of annoying. Okay, here's some leather armor that is probably useful if you were playing a class that is not a melee class. I mean, it can be melee, but like a quick melee, not fighter. I'm a fighter warrior thing. So I don't want them. I'm gonna head down here now. Yeah, you want to take a right when you get down there, and there will be a Silver Knight, so prepare for battle. As we saw in the last part, I handle Silver Knights like an idiot. I found that these guys are pretty weak to the backstab, so I'm going to be trying to do that for a good portion of this fight, because he's kind of tricky otherwise, really. I mean, you know, he's got lots of health and he does lots of damage. He's actually guarding the bonfire right now. The bonfire is just up ahead, but I don't recommend trying to rest at the bonfire and running past him, because the bonfire is in a very tight spot, and if he follows you in there and then you're in a tight spot with the Silver Knight, you're going to have a very bad afternoon. Or morning, but it could be a good night. So that's always there. He's also guarding an item, but I don't know that it's anything fantastic. Blocking. Oh yeah, also now that he's at like 0 health, I believe that's when I get a backstab, so that's really annoying. Yeah, when he's at 0 health, I get the big backstab. A blue titanite. And a grass crest shield, which I think is a shield that lets your stamina recharge quickly or something, which could be useful. So heading over here to the bonfire. Light it up, blaze it up. Blaze it up at the bonfire. Alright, that was classy. And I can't level up, so to head to the Hydra now. Back out here, up and around. Now this time we're going to take a forward, and would have been left. But now we're not coming from that direction, therefore it is not left, it is forward. Now the Hydra is a bit tricky because the actual fight with him is really easy. Like, out of all the bosses in the game, he's surprisingly easy for being scary looking. But he has a ranged attack that can sort of pack a punch if you're not careful. Also, he's guarded by some crystal golems, so that can be annoying. Also, ignore that hard cut, because I totally did not die here. Anywho, there are some crystal golems, so I recommend you try and lure the crystal golems away from the Hydra because of his ranged attack, which is like a water jet, like a Pokemon thing. So here's one. Looks like I'm not being water jetted, so I'll just... Oh, I am being water jetted. Yeah, so watch out for those and run away. I don't recommend running past the crystal golems though, because running up to a Hydra and then being followed by more enemies is kind of a bad thing. So just sort of take it slow and careful here with these idiots. They're pretty slow and pretty easy. I wouldn't say they're glass cannons exactly, but maybe really, really fat glass cannons, sure. Luckily, I got a third one to come as well. Yeah, they don't have a ton of health. Ooh, that was a mistake. Also, watch out for an AoE burst attack they do. That can be kind of devastating if you're not ready for it. They just sort of smash the ground. You'll see it coming, but just watch out for it. Alright, so now I'm gonna look at my stats for no good reason. Okay, I'm glad we did that. Now shield up. Oh, there's one more crystal golem, but I believe I run past him, which is a mistake in 5 seconds. So shield up and sprint for it. There's a tree here that's gonna be good cover fire. I'm gonna drink and Estus, which may be a mistake. Nope. Time that just right. You can use these trees as cover, but don't use the rocks as cover. The rocks are bad, trees not so much. And just sprint up to him. Now be very careful in the water because there's a big drop off. Like right now I'm look fine in the water. I have the rusted iron ring so I can move freely. But there is a drop off that will insta kill you. So watch out for it. You can kinda just see it. Now I get attacked by a crystal golem during the middle of this, which is kind of unfortunate, but he died pretty quick. Alright, now basically the Hydra's gonna smash his heads at you. You're just gonna shield up, walk over them all, and then they stay there for a second afterwards, and then that's when you stabby, and you chop some heads. It's a fun fight. Not all that difficult, but fun. So I'm already chopping heads. Now you should probably two-hand your weapon when you're going to attack, because obviously you want to do as much damage as you can. Because he won't be attacking what you're doing. Now, I've been locking on for most of this. There's a point when there's a few heads left you're probably not going to be want to be locked on because it's kind of hard to see them. Alright, there's one head left, and I actually had a bit of trouble getting to this guy because the head kept shooting way off to the left, which was sort of out of my range. So I did a little strafe, and then eventually he changed his attack pattern. I do have this big sword, which I thought maybe would be more effective, but it's not. So he changed up his attacks, and now he's easier for me to hit. I'm not sure why I decided the sword was better, but it absolutely wasn't. And a poke. Alright, so Hydra, pretty easy boss. Range attack is really the only thing that'll get you. So now that we have felled the mighty beast, 5,000 souls. Personal warning, do not spend the 5,000 souls, or lose them. And we got the Dust Crown Ring, which is for magic users. Blue sword, sorry. We need to get into the other part of the forest, we need 20,000 souls. That's a lot of souls. So let's keep what we have from the Hydra, and all the crystal golems and everything. And now we're gonna go, if you go into this cave back there, there's some DLC stuff, but I actually do have the DLC, but we're not, like, I'm not going to cover the DLC, and I guess if you want me to cover the DLC, leave a comment about it, otherwise I don't plan on it, just because, you know, it's not on my list of things I want to cover. But yeah, if someone needs help with it, sure, I'll put up another video. Although helpful is probably not the first word I've used to describe these videos. Now there's a thingy over here with some knight armor, but assuming you have the elite knight armor, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to figure out which one is better. There's also a ladder by that waterfall, which will lead you to an area that I don't recommend you go into quite yet. So yeah. So now we're going to run back here, and the tower over here will lead to Havel the Rock. Not Dwayne Johnson. Just want to point that out. and I don't believe I die here. I don't think so. Alright, so the only thing you really have to worry about here with Havel is he's a pretty heavy hitter. He's very, very slow. If you can dodge his attacks, no problem. If you have enough stamina to block, no problem. If you don't have enough stamina to block a hit and you suck at dodging, you're gonna have a bad time. Because his attacks hurt a lot. So, see, I just have my shield up. I mainly dodge his attacks because blocking will leave you with either 0 stamina or 0 health. And I'm not a fan of either of those. So after he attacks, just give him a quick attack. Oh, see there? Lowered my stamina, so I didn't go for an attack, or I would be in a sticky situation. And you just sort of do this with him. Do a little dance. It's pretty easy, but I've seen people die, so fair warning. Nice thing about Havel is that we can actually get his armor in a bit. So that's pretty useful because if you haven't noticed, his armor is, I think, solid rock, which is heavy, but it kind of is awesome. And he's almost dead. Shield up, double hand, stab. Okay, easy as pie, children. And that's another 3,000 souls plus his ring, and his ring seriously increases your carry weight. So I'm actually gonna put that ring on for now. Get rid of the rusted iron ring. Not get rid of it. Keep it because we'll need it later, but not wear it currently. So I have the wolf ring and Havel's ring equipped. And Havel's ring, so it will increase your equip load so you can move faster or at all with all your heavy stuff. Strangely enough, though, it doesn't increase your strength, just your equipment load, which I find a bit odd. Like, you would think those kind of go hand in hand, but whatever. No, it's fine. I didn't want better strength for more damage. Don't worry about it. Why would you even ask? Jeez. All right, so we're gonna head back up here, and now, like I said, we need some souls. We need 8,000 more souls, and we're gonna have to get those somehow. Spoiler. By killing things. Yeah, I bet you didn't see that coming. Yeah, but most of you are still stuck up on the fact that I said we're gonna break a controller in the middle of the video. Listen, some boss fights are kind of frustrating, okay? You'll see what I mean in like 20 minutes, so if you're really impatient, just skip ahead. Otherwise, get ready for Darkroot Garden. So instead of going back to the Undead Parish, and I don't know why we would, we're gonna head, and I'm thinking the best place to go get some kills real quick would be the Stone Giants over in the other part of Darkroot Garden. Watch out for their hugs. I don't want your hugs. Okay. I forgot, did we do Blighttown? We did do Blighttown. I meant, did I do Blighttown? I did, by the way. You're welcome. So there's this guy, and he's not a very good friend. These straw people are definitely not good for farming souls, because they drop, like, not a lot. It's as simple as that, they just don't drop very much. In the Tomb of Giants, there's a ring called the something or other Silver Serpent Ring, and that makes all enemies drop like 20% more souls. And if you think about it, like an enemy that's going to drop like 3,000 souls, 20%'s a lot, so it's a pretty good ring to have for farming. But we're not in the Tomb of the Giants, so we're going to rest at this bonfire, but don't level up, because we need 20,000 souls. That is if you're following this. Oh, yeah, now a soul farming montage. Great. Great. That was the most fun I've had in the last, like, week. That was pretty amazing. 20,000 souls. As you see here, the crest of aortas is what is the thingy that we need. So buy that for 20,000, and then we're gonna run our little legs back. As you saw, I just sort of crushed up some souls at the end. Anyway, however means you feel is necessary to get the 20,000, do what you have to. But then we're gonna buy the crest of aortas, and then I'm gonna stand here for a second. So I'll have a moment in silence for these shrub people that died today. Thank you. Thank you. So let's head over. Now we need to head back to the bonfire and rest, and open up the door to aortas. Okay, just checking the audio recorder. Sometimes it decides that it doesn't feel like doing its job anymore, which is kind of unfortunate, because when it decides it doesn't want to do its job anymore, I have to do a retake of a part, and generally on my second take, those are the takes where I sound really depressed the entire time. By the way, also sometimes it's hotkeyed for the spacebar to stop recording, which is an interesting button because sometimes I just like to hit the spacebar for no apparent reason. So that's a problem. That's not related to this walkthrough. I'm very professional. Okay, now stick the crest of aortas on this here door, and it's we got in the door. So blaze it up at the bonfire right here, and now we can go in. So yay. And ignore that hard cut because I didn't die here. My soul's on the thumbs up. Alright, so in here you have to be careful though, in all seriousness, for the Forest Hunter Covenant, because they are not the friendliest of mean people. So here's the warrior one. He actually was the one I had the most trouble on, and maybe that's just me, but he was played really aggressively. So now these are NPC fighters, so they're a step above the NPC monsters, if you will. They're quick and they do mean things. I recommend going for backstabs on most of them and not getting hit, because that claymore did a surprising amount of damage. And it hit me again because I suck at this game. Oh, backstab. Once again, I choose the worst times on Earth to heal, because I'm just the dumbest. It's alright, because I will stab people in the bum with my halberd. Okay, now I'm almost dead because I suck, but there we go. That doesn't actually kill him, but that will give me enough time to heal, if I choose to do it, but I don't, because I'm stupid. Very careful. Very careful. Okay, now that I've wasted almost all of my Estus, hopefully that fight will go better for you than it did for me. There's I think 5 of them you have to kill to get to the area we need to be at. But don't worry, we don't have to fight them every time we die, because there's a thing we can do. And that we're gonna do, because you're stupid not to. So the next person here is the sorcerer. Also, I highly recommend you only aggro one at a time. Fighting 2 of these guys at once is kind of insane. So this guy's gonna rely a lot on magic, and he kind of sucks up close, so no problemo. He was probably the easiest. Alright, now I do make a mistake here and aggro 2 of them. I also managed to survive because I'm just that great. I believe I come up around the left side here. I'm gonna head back now. Up at the top there is where we need to be, but you really don't want to run past all of these guys, because if you get up there and they're all behind you, then you're in for a bad day. Alright, see, I just aggroed the rogue and the cleric, but luckily out of all the 2 classes that don't go well together, those 2 don't go well together. So, it's the cleric running at me. He's pretty slow, he's easy by himself, because he just heals a lot, which isn't great because you can just hit him while he's healing. Now the rogue was a bit of a problem because he's quick and he does a lot of bleed damage. So he could pretty much just distract me while Mr. Cleric heals, and they got me good. It's good teamwork on their part, I suppose. Just kind of wanted him to die, but he put his... Alright, he's going for the healing now. That was a good time to hit him if you can, but I was being stupid and failed horribly. But what else is new? And the rogue is sort of over there just hanging out. Yeah, no, these guys are definitely a tricky bunch. Backstab would have been nice on that cleric there, but did not get one. I'm not sure if I even recommend which one to kill first. They're both kind of annoying. I would say if you had to pick one to kill first, it should be the cleric, probably, because the rogue's not going to be healing. Well, I did get the rogue first, but I mean, only barely. Okay, killed both of them. There's only one more guy, and luckily, I wouldn't say he's the... You know, he's not fantastic at fighting. It's a barbarian. It's the next class, and he's kind of sucks at life, so... He's like me. We should have been friends. There he is. Alright. So he's pretty weak to backstabs as well. I mean, assuming he's not two-handing, of course. He also is very fond of his kick attack, which kind of concerns me because I hate the kick attack. Certainly took long enough. Jeez. Well, this is intense. Even though, spoiler, I never die, so... Oh, backstab. Oh. It's like in like golf, where everyone's like, it's really annoying. Sports are stupid. Everyone's more athletic than me, and less fat. Alright, there we go. Barbarian's dead. And all those guys actually drop a fair amount of souls, so that's a good place for farming a bit later in the game. As we've learned about soul farming. Now I talked to this cat who is totally from Alice in Wonderland.
My advice, the legend of Artorias ought
I don't know why I'm listening to her and not skipping the dialogue.
Traversing the dark. 'Tis but a fairy tale. Have thine own respect. Go not yonder knocking.
I mean, she doesn't say anything that's like particularly interesting. Yes.
Well, indeed, thou art a strange one. I'm Alv.
There we go. So basically, we're gonna join the Forest Covenant here, and when you join the Forest Covenant, then those forest people won't attack you every single time you die in the next boss fight. Every single time. Every time.
If mine senses reveal it,
spoiler, I die a bit. Okay, Forest Hunter Covenant, yes, very excellent. So now, all of these people, when they respawn, won't murder us on our way to the boss. Because we may have to go to the boss a couple of times. I still have nightmares. Okay, so we get the rest of the bonfire up here. I don't think I can level up because I'm 200 souls off, so I'm gonna do a little thingy. I'm gonna crush up a soul, a small soul. Soul of Lost Undead. That's a good one. So it's plus 200, and then we'll add that, and that should be just enough for me to quick level up one more time, even though it really won't make that much of a difference. Should get the vitality up. Need to get the vitality up. Really need more vitality. That is completely my fault. Alright, now we get to go to the boss fight. Who is the boss, you may ask? Well, I mean, if you've never played the game, or watched any other walkthroughs, or been on the internet and googled the game, ever. So the next boss fight is Sif the Great Grey Wolf. And maybe it was just me, But I had a wee bit of trouble on this boss. But hopefully, by watching me do it, you can learn how to do it. And then if watching me doesn't help, maybe watch someone who doesn't suck at the game do it. And then you'll really learn how to do it. But it might be funny to watch me die, so here we go. I'm actually gonna get some... I put the sword and shield out of my inventory because A, I don't need them for this boss fight, and B, they were just weighing me down. And I need to move quick. Like a beautiful butterfly. So we're gonna sprint over to the white gate, just book it from Alvina's tower, down the stairs, and just through the woods, just straight. And as long as you don't veer away from the path, you should be able to get to the boss every time. No problems, no enemies. Which is pretty nice, I guess. You don't have to fight anyone. Alright, here we go. We do get a cutscene. He's kind of fluffy, too. I feel like he would be very soft. Alright, open up the door. And just run up here and touch that giant glowing sword you see. It's actually not glowing yet, my bad. It is giant, and a sword. And we are going to touch it. I mean, he's kind of fluffy. Like, I would like to fluff him, but not fight him. Okay, so if this isn't the most absurd thing you've ever seen in your entire life, you probably spend a lot of time playing JRPGs. Got him, coach! Now Francis sucking at video games. Okay, so that was me dying, and none of that was like me trying to die either. That was pure good old-fashioned me sucking at video games, and I left that in because I thought it was kind of funny. But now, for real, let's do this. I tried to crack my knuckles, but alright. Keys to stay underneath him. He's gonna do a sort of 1 swipe, 2 swipe, downward swipe attack. That's a good time for you to dodge the first. No, yeah, dodge the first, block the second, and then run underneath him and stab him while he's doing the third. Now, he also do jump spin attacks. Watch out for those, because those can get you. When he's backtracking like this, it might be worth trying to hit him in the face, but be careful because he's going to go right back to that 1, 2, 3 maneuver. Now I have it sped up here, so just pay very close attention while it's going quickly. So 1, 2, 3, stab. Now there's one attack that has killed me countless times, and that is a spin. He does a double spin that cannot be blocked, I don't think, at this point. You just won't have enough stamina. So that's what makes it so deadly, is you can't block it. And you'll see it in a minute when he decides to start doing it a lot. And he will. By the end of the fight, it's just the one thing he likes to do. Here, we're just sort of bouncing around the field. Very careful. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can attack with 2 hands if you like. There. That spin he just did. Brutal. He just did it again. Also, you probably saw the spin in the 90 times I died. It's what killed me every single time. Now, I lost some health there, but luckily the spin has a little recovery period for him, which is perfect for drinking Estus. Now, while he's walking like this, that's also a good time if you can strafe around him like that. Hit him in the legs. See, he's doing lots of spins now, so I'm being extra careful not to be an idiot. Certainly has plenty of HP. Well, so just carefully dancing around. It's very majestic. Alright, now when you get him down to really, really low health, he'll start limping, and he's extremely easy then, because obviously a limping dog is a dog who is killed very easily. Alright, did feel pretty satisfied when I finally got him though, so I mean, that's good. So see when he's walking here, I do a double hand stab, and see now he's limping, and he's in sort of a I'm about to die position. His attacks all get really puny and small and stupid. I'm just going to two-hand, right trigger with the halberd as a spin, and that's one dead dog. Boom. I felt like that was worthy of a gesture. So now we're going to head over behind his tombstone, I think. We'll first recover these souls. I don't think there should be any. Yeah, so there's a ring behind his gravestone, which is the Hornet Ring. And that boosts your critical attacks, which I believe is your parry and your backstab. So if you love doing those, use them. Next time we'll do some more stuff, so goodbye.